We all understand the birds and the bees by now, I guess, or at least I hope we do. Even in the case of distinct species, reproduction and birth are rather self-explanatory. Why then are these animal births so completely improbable? To discover out, keep watching. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. The Mare Destiny. Don't you think horses are majestic and lovely animals? Additionally, there's something really endearing about a young horse. However, the foal that this woman's horse gave birth to was not what you would anticipate. Speculate, anyone? Tanya McKee has been running Gaston's farm stud in Exeter on her own for a number of years after spending a considerable amount of time there producing horses. This indicates that she is well knowledgeable in all things pertaining to horses, thus she won't be surprised by too much about these magnificent animals. But all of that changed in June of 2018 when her 19-year-old mare, Leo Asan Lux, better known as Destiny, gave birth to an incredible animal. But what exactly was so strange about it? Let me start by saying that she gave birth to two foals instead of just one. In case you were unaware, the conception of twins by a horse is exceedingly uncommon, and the successful delivery of the twins to term is even less common. The likelihood of something occurring is really about 1 in 10,000. Having these twins grow up to be robust and healthy is an even more uncommon occurrence. The 3-year-old twins, GFS Shockwave and GFS Mastablasta, GFS standing for Gaston Stud Farm, were in excellent condition when they were young foals and remain just as spirited now. However, it improves much further. Following a year-long hiatus from breeding, about 18 months following the twins' birth, it was determined that Destiny would have one more breeding. And what do you suppose took place? All she did was go ahead and have more twins. What is the probability of that? Undoubtedly, this is a unique occurrence. When Destiny was pregnant, Mrs. McKee even had her examined for a set of twins, but for some reason, one of them was not picked up in the ultrasound. Who knows? Maybe he was simply not ready to say hi yet. These two foals were different from the first batch, but they are still quite unusual. It is literally 1 in a million chance that a single mare would give birth to not one, but two sets of twins. This is ridiculous. It's difficult to see her carrying both sets of twins to term, as 80% of twin embryos in horses spontaneously terminate within the first 6 weeks. Fortunately, the next pair of twins, who were born in March 2020, were said to be equally robust and lively as their older siblings. Mrs. McKee said, "It's incredible, thrilled by these twins, a colt and a filly. Even after years and years of breeding, I've never heard of anything like this. It seemed unreal. It's amazing to me that they were well. These are robust, healthy foals. They are so fierce that even experts find it difficult to understand. These little, spirited foals have now been split up, with one going to a professional show-jumping home and the other to eventing." Regarding Destiny, Mrs. McKee states that there is an excessive chance of pregnancy difficulties, thus she will not be bred again. In addition, I believe it's about time she took a nap, don't you? Curve the elephant. Due to their size, elephants, like horses, usually only give birth to one child at a time. This obviously wasn't the case with Curve, this stunning elephant. The elephant gave birth to an extremely unusual set of twins, which led to her being called after the curve of one of her tusks. When she became pregnant, she was 31 years old and she gave birth to these extraordinary beauties at the Pongola Game Reserve in Pongola, South Africa. You guessed it. There is only around a 1% chance that an elephant would conceive, much less give birth to twins. You may appreciate how thrilling it is when it occurs, since research conducted in Amboseli indicated that just one set of twins was born out of 1,192 elephant births. Unfortunately, the odds of both calves surviving are rather low, even in the rare instances when an elephant gives birth to twins. Elephants have not adapted particularly well to care for more than one young, even though it is not abnormal for them to bear twins. Since the mother can't produce enough milk for both of them, one of the calves will usually die. Though it is rare, other female elephants in a herd that have just given birth will occasionally assist by feeding the calves. As a result, the stronger calf will typically die since the dominant one would usually monopolize the milk. Fortunately, Wildlife specialists from the reserve kept a close eye on Curve's miraculous offspring, and everyone was hoping the twins would emerge robust and healthy. Experts kept a watchful eye on Curve from a safe distance in the weeks that followed the birth to make sure she had enough room to overcome these mortality chances. Nevertheless, they maintained enough proximity to ensure that neither of the calves need assistance. Thankfully, Curve and her calves are doing well nearly 7 years after Curve gave birth to them. Despite how uncommon this phenomena is, it has been documented to occur many times in the last few years. Maybe there's a problem with the water. Anyway, the first pair of twin elephant calves in 80 years were welcomed to Sri Lanka. At Pinnawala Elephant Orphanage, 25-year-old Sarangi gave birth to male calves this month, and the babies are doing well so far. They deal with high mortality rates as well, but for now they seem to be in excellent condition. Remarkably, the last time twins were born to a tamed elephant was in 1941 in Sri Lanka. What a wonder! Amazingly, these 4 kittens, Yeti, Odlin, Samson, and Apollo, who were born back in July, are the rarest cats in the planet. That even belittles the statistics of the elephant twins. But why are they so extraordinarily uncommon? Maybe you are familiar with the combination of Yeti, Odlin, Samson, and Apollo. These 4 brothers were born in 2014, making them the rarest big cats in the world. Given that their uncle, Hercules, eventually became the world's largest cat, at 922 pounds and 131 inches, almost 11 feet, these brothers were predicted to grow to be the largest as well. This estimate isn't all that horrible, but their parents deserve the credit for making them unique. There are only 300 white African lions in the world, including their father Ivory, and 1,200 white tigers, including their mother Saraswati. Their cubs' rarity has grown due to breeding these together, making them extremely unique. The world's first white liger hybrids were created at Myrtle Beach Safari in South Carolina by the mating of Ivory and Saraswati. As there are only 1,000 ligers worldwide, most of them live in captivity. These cubs gained international attention as soon as they were born. The cubs were noted to have gained almost 1 pound of weight per day when they were just 6 weeks old, when they already weighed about 15 pounds. Ouch! Apollo was the tiniest of the cubs and had a kitten-like demeanor. However, Yeti was the largest, had a reputation for being raucous, and always wanted to be the focus of attention. One of his caregivers even stated that they anticipated him, like his uncle, making it into the Guinness Book of World Records at some point. Dr. Bhagavan Antli, the safari's creator and director, had a sneaking suspicion that the Yeti would dwarf his uncle Hercules in size. "I'm sure Yeti will make the Guinness Book of Records," he declared. "He's already really large. He has enormous chubby paws and a large skull." A tad impolite, but we understand his point of view. Neither was he incorrect either. Though the fact that Apollo ended up being the largest may surprise some, it's probably not shocking that these twins turned up to be enormous. At 700 pounds, he's not quite up to Uncle Hercules' record, but he's nevertheless been likened to the largest known big animal, the saber-toothed tiger. Nor are his brothers far away. Aren't these 4 brothers fascinating? Test tube lions. You won't believe how amazing Yeti, Odlin, Samson, and Apollo are until you learn about these extraordinary lions. Also, I really do mean it when I say unique. These unique lions were born in 2018, making them the first of their type. How? These are, in fact, the first test tube lions ever. These cubs were revolutionary not just from a scientific standpoint but also in terms of protecting nature. Although the population of big cats is sadly continuously declining as a result of poaching and global warming, the birth of these test tube kittens is a promising development for the conservation of these endangered animals. Naturally, researchers will put out great effort to adapt their findings to other species. As well, allow me to present to you these cute kitties that were produced by artificial insemination. The lioness gave birth to Isabel, a girl, and Victor, a male. Bred at the University of Pretoria in South Africa, these cute cubs arrived healthy and problem-free at birth. Even more astonishingly, researchers think that IVF may soon be able to preserve many other species as well, given the remarkable success of these cubs. IVF, in example, has made it possible to feed endangered large cat species like tigers, lynxes, snow leopards, and others, whose populations are declining. It may be possible to investigate this therapy with additional species in the future. It's quite fascinating to see the animal kingdom. Which of these unusual births and pregnancies most surprised you? I appreciate you watching. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that